Hello everybody, this is Hypercold64. This is going to be really quick. I just want to talk about something. This is going to probably take a couple minutes, so if you do not want to watch this part of the video, click on the annotation right here that I'm pointing at right now. Don't move. Okay. So I want to talk about something. I want to talk about why this video is so late, and also what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this project. Okay, so reason why episode 2 is so late. I kind of started the Let's Play earlier than I actually wanted to. The reason for this is because I actually wasn't ready to actually do it yet, since I didn't actually prep for it beforehand, which leads to my second reason. Basically, if I want to actually do a walkthrough right, I have to make sure I know where everything is. And that's why I started the project too early, because I didn't have any guides, personal guides or things ready for me, so I actually know where everything is. So over the past few days, I've been creating a guide for myself. I'm not going to be releasing it, don't ask. Using a conjunction of websites to create this list. These are mainly for the badges. The badges are really the ones I'm only really concerned about, because there are 85 total types of badges in this game, and I want to make sure I know where all of them are. So I want to talk about how the badges are going to work and how I'm going to be marking how many badges are in each location. First off, the information that I gave in the last episode about Rogueport is completely incorrect. I did not check about it. I did a really bad job at creating that, apparently. I used Super Mario WinCAD to get the information that I needed, and it was very inaccurate, so I'll never use Super Mario WinCAD again, I promise. So I decided to use like guides and FAQs to figure out where the badge locations are, and here's how the badge locations will work. For most of the areas, it will be badges exclusively to that area, like exclusive to that area. But it's also going to be badges, but it's mainly going to be badge locations, except for Rogueport and Rogueport sewers. What I mean is, what I'm trying to say is, I'm basically going to be marking the badge locations in most of the areas in the game, except for Rogueport and Rogueport sewers. And here's why. In Rogueport and Rogueport sewers, you can buy badges. You can buy badges in Rogueport with coins, and you can buy badges in Rogueport sewers with star pieces. So this is going to lead to a lot of confusion if I don't talk about this, and that's why I'm making this beginning, just to talk about this. So here's how Rogueport badges will work, basically, how I'm going to track them. If there's a badge location in Rogueport, I will be counting that as a badge, like in the badge counter that I'm going to be putting like in every video. And if you can also buy the badge exclusively at Rogueport, it also counts as a place where you can find that badge. Now, I'm actually going to be making two different amounts for both Rogueport and Rogueport sewers. The first amount is going to be how many badges you can find exclusively in that area, mostly. I'll talk about that later. The second number is going to be the amount of total badges you can get in that area, because badges that you can find throughout the game, you can also buy at the shops. If you can buy a badge, if you do have the option to buy a badge, but you also have the option to actually go find it yourself for free, I don't consider that to be a badge in the main counter. However, I am going to be putting up a total counter of the total amount of badges you can find in Rogueport and Rogueport sewers. I'm going to get onto Rogueport sewers now. If you can find a badge in Rogueport sewers, but you can also trade it for star pieces exclusively, you're good to go. I'm going to be doing the same thing with Rogueport sewers as I'm doing with Rogueport, where one counter is going to be the amount of badges you can find exclusively in that area, and the amount of total badges you can find in that area. And that's basically how it's going to work. Also, I am scrapping the images for each of the areas. Last episode, I tried to do this image thing where I showed how many star pieces, shine sprites, normal enemies, bosses, and badges are in the particular area. There's two problems with this. The first problem is the fact that if I do images for all the areas, this Let's Play is going to go on for a very long time, and I don't feel like I need to go through all that work. The second reason is that when I compress the video through my video software, the image comes out completely blurry, and unfortunately I can't really fix that, so I am going to be scrapping the images. And what I'm basically going to be doing is just putting in text. I'm just going to be doing like in text stuff where I show all the stats and everything. I'm still going to be showing all the stats for all the areas of the game, all the main areas, but it's not going to be through an image. It's just going to be through in text. For the rest of the areas, I'm also going to be making two numbers for the badges, because I should probably go ahead and talk about this. I'm going to be making 2 numbers for some of the areas in the game as well, just like with Rockport Tours, but it's going to be a little bit different. Now, there are a good amount of badges in this game that actually have multiple locations. I'm not talking about the fact that you can find a badge in one area and buy a badge at Rogueport and Rogueport Tours. I'm talking about 2 separate locations. What I'm basically going to be doing is I'm going to make 2 numbers. One number will show the new badges that you can find. The other one will show the total amount of badges that you can find, just like in Rogueport and Rogueport Tours. And the total amount of badges also includes the second location for a badge we already found earlier in the game. And that is basically how the badge is going to work. I hope that made sense, hopefully. And that's basically it. Let's get on to the episode. Bye.
Hello everybody, this is HyperCole64. Welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door for the Nintendo GameCube. In the last episode, we started out the game, we started the prologue, and we made it into the hub world, Rogueport. And in this episode, we are going to continue on with the prologue, and we're going to find out where the heck Professor Frankly is. Because as said in the last episode by Goombella, she doesn't know where she is, or he is. Yeah. Again, Goombella is so helpful. Anyway, oh yeah, and we also got Goombella as our first partner. So, as you can see, we are back from where we last left off, and before I actually get on, I'm gonna go into pause screen for a minute. As you can see, the pause screen is pretty much identical to the original pause screen. You have Mario stats, you have your party, you have gear, and you have your journal. Now, I forgot to mention this in the last episode, but partners have actually been changed around a little bit this time. As you can see, partners now have HP. This means that now when partners get hit, they don't, okay, let me try and repeat that. In this game, when partners get hit, they don't get knocked out for 3 turns. Instead, they get health removed. Now, this does cause a problem where you do have to use more items, but this, personally, to me, is a better method with the partners, because it just makes... I just feel this partner system is a lot better in this game, because for the fact that if they get hit, they won't get knocked out for 3 turns, which was just annoying in the original game. Not that the original partner system was bad, but it was just annoying in the last game, in my opinion. I just think this one is better. And before I start, I would like to apologize if the image that I used in the last episode was really, really blurry. I really apologize for that. I'll try to fix it for this episode. I still need to actually make it. Yeah, I should probably go ahead and explain those images right after I talk to this guy. Welcome. Yes, welcome to the Toad Bros Bazaar. Eh? What's that? You want contact lens, you say? Wait just a moment. Yeah, this is following up from the last episode when we broke that lady's contact lens. Now we need to pay for them. Sucks. Gee, fella, I'm sorry, but we don't have any in stock right now. Tough luck, I know. Dang it! I can special order one right away for you, but it'll take a while. Come back soon, okay? So yeah, we can't exactly get the contact lens yet. We actually have to wait, I believe, after Chapter 1 to actually get them. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best to make the image that I used in the last episode a lot more clear in this episode, like the image I'm gonna use in this episode. Yeah, as you saw in the last episode, the image that I used in the last... I'm gonna go ahead and pause and talk. The image that I used in the last episode actually showed the stats for this particular area. This is how I'm gonna be doing this Let's Play. This is how I'm gonna be making this Let's Play more walkthrough based, where I'm basically gonna be showing the stats, like how many shine sprites and star pieces and normal enemies and bosses are in a particular area. Now, I know some people are wondering about the stats. I know some people will probably be wondering about the stats, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the stats were a little bit wrong also. I accidentally put down 4 shine sprites, or actually, I meant to put down 4 shine sprites, but it was really 5. Kind of teaches me to use Super Mario Wing-Kit as my source. So I'll be using GameFAQs from now on to actually get all my data. At least, I will be using GameFAQs. Alright, let's continue on. Let's stop messing around. Head to the east side. Whoa! Oops, pardon me, sucker. Hey, what's your beef, pal? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Mario, you gotta wake up. That guy just stole half of your coins. Oh, crap. Dang it. That is so lame. Ugh, I hate this town. Okay. We're not even a half hour into this game and we've already gotten half our coins stolen. That is pretty sad. But I actually know how to get them back. So let's just go ahead and go get them back. So yeah, as I said earlier, in this episode we're going to find out where Professor Franklin is. And we're also going to do a couple extra things in this episode as well. So head back here, and now we're in the alleyway, I guess you could say, of Rogueport. Head in here. And that's the same guy that took our money. Let's get it back. Oops! It's me and you here. You're pretty dang persistent, buddy. What a pain. Fine, okay? You got me. I'll give you your coins back. Here. Thank you very much, kind sir. And before we go, get back here. Our first star piece of the game. A lovely piece of star. I believe there are 100 star pieces in this game, and like I said in the last episode, we will be collecting all of them. We will also be collecting all shine sprites. I was kind of stretching it a little bit when I said all badges, but I'm still going to attempt it anyway. So, let's go ahead and save our game. You want to save often, just in case, you know, your memory card might corrupt at any time, or your disk might break at any time. But, which, by the way, my disk is actually quite old, so that's why that's also one of the reasons why I'm going to be saving often, because my disk is quite old, and if it causes an error, I don't want to lose all the progress, so I will be saving often. Alright, head in here. Would you look at that? It's Professor Franklin. Oh, hi! There you are, Professor Franklin! Awesome music for the win. What's up? Who's there? Who wants me? Ah, yes, you. Now, you. I've seen your face before. Yes, that face. Wait for it. Just a moment. Don't tell me now. Silence! I'll get right. It's not Goombriel. It's not Islagoom. Aha! I've got it! You're Goombella, aren't you? You were in my archaeology class last year, am I right? Before we move on, does anyone notice that Professor Franklin looks like a Goomba version of Professor Einstein? Seriously, just look at him. That's Einstein. Seriously. I mean, with the hair and everything. Wow, yes sir, that's me. I'm Goombella, a junior at U-Goom. Go Goombas! I wonder how Goombella would react if she found out that Mario steps on a lot of Goombas. Then again, all the Goombas that Mario stomps on are evil, so I guess it makes sense. Of course I remember you. Not to toot my horn, but I'm pretty good at remembering. You know, you stick out in my mind because you were such an exceptional student. And that guy behind you is... Who? I like how Mario's like, wahoo! And then he just, wah, wah, wah. Mario, Professor, he's Mario, you know, the famous one. Oh, my apologies. I'm such a bookworm, I haven't a clue about what's hip right now. And in any case, what sort of errand brings you all the way to a place like this? We were hoping you'd tell us about the legendary treasure said to be below Rogueport. I thought that if anyone knew about it, it would be you, Professor Franklin. Of course I know about it. The reason I came here was to study that very subject. But why do you tykes want to learn about the legendary treasure? You know that most say it's a little more than a fairy tale, don't you? Archaeologists and historians have to search for truth in those fairy tales, though. I believe the legendary treasure truly does exist, and I really want to find it. Good point, and well made. In that case, I'll cooperate with you however I can. First of all, about the treasure. There are many mysteries surrounding it. Some say it's an infinitely vast treasure hoard, while others say it's a magical item. Some books say it's actually a monster, while still others claim it's an empty chest. So many different theories, obviously it's impossible to divine the truth among them. It's the History Channel! But all agree on one point. To find the treasure, one must have the crystal stars. To find the treasure of yore, take the 7 crystal stars to the 1,000-year door. And you are wondering what the subtitle was for. You mean the crystal stars in that old saying that super elderly people pass down? Indeed, the same. As the saying goes, if you want to find a legendary treasure, you first must collect the 7 crystal stars. Hold the magical map aloft before the entry to the 1,000-year door. Then the stars will light the way that leads to the stones of yesterday. Yeah. A lot of the lore I've read says that if this magical map is taken to the doorway, then it'll show you where to find the crystal stars. Correct! And the 1,000-year door is supposedly here, deep beneath this town. Yet this critical piece of the puzzle, the magical map, is lost. If only we had that map. But we do have it, Professor! Or, well, not we exactly. Mario has the map. What? Really? Oh, I love that text. Oh man, the comedy in this game is just fantastic. You actually have it? Can I just take a quick look at it, if you don't mind? Okay, here you go. Astounding! This is it! A real thing! The one and only magical map! You, son, are my hero. You're great, fantastic, wonderful even. Why, thank you very much. With this, we can find the crystal stars just by holding this aloft before the legendary door. Right on, Professor. Good golly, what are we doing just sitting here then? Gumella, Mario. Up we must go this instant. Let's take the magical map to the legendary door. Alright, so, now that we finally found Professor Brakely and he told us about the legend of the 1,000-year door, let's go ahead and go find that door. I bet you didn't know this rotten old thing came up, did you? He just kicks it off. Didn't see a kicking animation, but I bet he kicked it off. We can use this pipe to get down under the city streets. Come on, both of you, let's get moving. Alright, so let's go ahead and head down that— Oh wait, hang on a second, Mario! Something that just occurred to me. I'm fairly certain that there are quite a few of hoodlums below, so keep your guard up. You two do know about action dance, don't you? Yeah, of course we do. Really? A master, are you? Maybe you'll have to practice them once, just to be safe. No, I'm fine. Positively shocking. In that case, you ought to take a second to learn them. We'll have a little practice session. Goombella, you could be Mario's opponent. What? Me? Are you nuts? Oh, wait, oh, dang it. I actually chose the tutorial. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we're gonna learn about action commands a little bit more here. Might as well. First, we'll practice the jump action command. That's okay with the both of you? Choose the jump command, then choose which enemy you'll attack. I accidentally wow. I'm already failing in this Let's Play. I really need to pay attention to what I'm choosing. Alright, blah blah blah. Yeah, basically just press A at the right time and you will do an action command. It's really simple, not that hard. Goombella has the same amount of attack where she can actually do a head bunk. And it's pretty much the same as Mario's, just like Goombario in the last game. You may notice that lots of these partners in this game tend to be similar to the partners from the last game, but there are a couple new additions, I believe. Yeah, you can't just repeat the A button like constantly. That will not really work. I did not choose the tutorial. I will probably cut this out. I don't want to listen. Man, I wish you could just... Yeah, I already explained that. I wish you could just press B like in the last game and just skip these completely. Nope, got it. Thank you. Well, I do believe now we're all set for our quest, So, down below we go. Hop onto the pipe and tilt down to enter the pipe. I like how all these characters tend to break the fourth wall just to explain things to you. It's like Ocarina of Time. Anyway, let's go down. And no, I still haven't completed Ocarina of Time, don't ask. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rogueport Sewers. This is a really mysterious town under Rogueport, and it's basically like the Toad Town sewers from the last game. Now, you're probably wondering about the Rogueport status that I showed in the last episode and how they're separate from Rogueport sewers. The reason why I put them separately is because Rogueport sewers has normal enemies. Rogueport, the hub world, like the above ground, has no normal enemies, and that's why I keep Rogueport sewers and Rogueport above ground as separate stats. So let's go ahead and keep moving on. Oh, hey, what's going on here? Hey man, what's up? Who's the hottie you got there with you? Oh, holy crap. What's up, baby? Why don't you hang with us for a while? Well, we play really nice. Man, what a fine-looking Koopa doing with a tubby mustache man like that. Oh, smack. Oh, it is, like, so sweet that you boys think I'm cute. Seriously. Yeah, guys like you make me feel like totally barfing. Now get out of my way. Ouch, that was cold. What? You too good for us? Come off it, sister. Nobody zings like us like that. Nobody. Let's get him. Alright, guys. Here is our first encounter of normal enemies. A Goombella, a Spiny Goomba, a Goombella? Oh, man. This is a sign of things to come. A Goomba, a Spiny Goomba, and a Paragoomba. My, the whole Goomba family tree. The only one I should warn you about is that fellow in the middle, the Spiny Goomba. See that spike on his head? Well, jump on that, and you're the one who will take damage. The Paragoomba's airborne, so your hammer won't reach. You'll have to jump for it. Always take your opponent's situations into consideration when fighting. Always. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you something vital. You can press Y to change the order you to attack it. You can attack first if you feel like it, Goombella. Don't forget it. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and switch to Goombella just to describe a couple of her attacks. She has a head bump, which is just like Goombario's head bump in the last game. It's like Mario's. Basically, you press the A button at the right time when you're right on the enemy, and you will attack it. The Tattle ability is a little bit more complicated in this game. In fact, I'm probably going to show it right now. This allows you to tattle enemies, but instead of doing it automatically, you actually have to... It's sort of like an action command, basically. You basically have to press the A button, like when that little cursor thing is in the middle of the target, to do a tattle. That's a Goomba. Yeah, I'm one of those, in case you hadn't noticed. Ahem. It says here, Goombas are underlines of underlines. That is totally rude. Their maximum HP is 2. They have an attack power of 1 and a defense of 0. Now that those lines she did, she'll actually shorten those lines for other titles, by the way. Now, I want to keep in mind, guys, that I'm not going to be going for all titles in this game, since it really doesn't really do much. It just gives you the stats for enemies. I don't believe it really does much, so I'm not really going to give the stats for really much of the enemies. I'll do the tattling if I want to, but not often. Just for the record, all those Goombas have the same amount of HP, but the one with the spikes, the one with the spike on top is, yeah, like Professor Franklin said, you will want to, that's the one you want to be worried about, because if you do step on that guy, you will take damage. Keep slurring my words. I'm sorry if I keep slurring my words here. These guys are way too weak to attack us, so we are gonna kill them. Now, because of the new partner system that is in this game, it's also a lot easier to guard with partners as well, and thank God for that. Which is actually a good thing, because enemies tend to attack partners now more in this game than the last game. Owie! Yeah, peace out, suckers. Ha! Later on, losers. That felt awesome! Are you ready, Mario? There are plenty more where they came from, and they'll all have it in for us. When they attack, try to hammer them or jump on them while in the field. Attack successfully, and you can perform a first strike when you enter battle. So if an enemy catches sight of you, be sure to thump him, and you go into battle. Alright. Now, there may be a point in this episode where I may need to stop, since I am going to be exceeding 20 minutes in just a little bit. I'm not going to try go too long on these episodes, because it will feel like I may be dragging it on. So, I'm going to do probably a couple more fights, and then I'll go ahead and end it off. Well, actually, maybe, I don't know. It really depends on time. Okay, I might as well explain what that is. That was a stylish move, and they're not really effective until you actually get party, or get, like, an audience in the background. As you can see, pretty much the fighting ground for when you do battles, it kind of looks like a stage. The reason why it looks like a stage is because in this game, there is an audience. When you have an audience, whenever you attack someone, you will get star energy. And now we'll talk about star energy a little bit later, but it's basically a replacement for focus from the last game. That's basically what it is. So, and yes, I will be cutting out battles as we go by. At least for enemies. I will be cutting out battles for enemies that we have already faced, because I know that's probably something that, you know, is not really something you guys won't really see. I just messed up that wording so much. That wording. This, I don't know. Jeez! I'm gonna go insane! Okay. Hit this, and you get an item. The items are pretty much the same as the last game. Pretty much if you get an item, you can use it to attack enemies or replenish your HP. And you can press the start menu, press start to go to the menu and choose items for your gear and to see your items. Here's a fire flower. This comes from the last game. Attacks all enemies with fireballs and burns them. Alright, let's head down here. Oh, who's that guy? We will find out soon enough. You struck forced. I just said forced. You struck first. Man. My wording is... I'm getting my wording so wrong here. Anyway, new enemy! Oh, I accidentally attacked it. I meant to say what it was. Okay, I will explain him in the next battle. Hi. Alright. Attack him. Attack him. Attack him. There we go. Okay. I'll go ahead and explain the enemy in this battle since I accidentally... Oh yeah! I almost forgot! In this game, partners can actually have items, so you might want to be careful about that. Anyway, this is Spinina, and I believe this returns from the last game. This guy has a max HP of 3, its attack power is 1, its defense power is 0. What it basically does, it basically spins right past you, and it's really fast, so you want to time your A button correctly so you can actually dodge it. And because it goes really fast, it is a little bit trickier to time your... What's the word? Dodging. Your guarding, I mean. Alright, let's see if we can do a super guard here. Dang it, I can't do it. Yeah, super guard is really hard because you have to get the timing exactly right. If you don't get the timing exactly right, the super guard actually won't work, so you might want to be careful about that. So with that done... Alright, collect some coins. Press this button. And some staircases are, revealed. Jeez. Anyway, with that, I believe we're actually gonna go ahead and end this episode off here, because I believe we've actually reached 20 minutes. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, we will continue adventuring through Rogueport sewers and hopefully find the 1000-year door itself. See you guys next episode. This is Epical64 signing out.